Hi everybody, welcome to the session of series RLC circuits related to AC series circuits. Here I am going to consider the series combination of resistance, inductance and capacitance. In the previous sessions we have seen the series combinations of RL circuit and RC circuit, and now we are going to have the combination of the three parameters R, L and C, and let us see the different equations that we are going to arrive for this circuit. Here the series combination is connected to the AC sinusoidal supply of Vs is equal to Vm sin theta, represented in polar form as V at an angle of 0, and here we know that the inductive reactance is given as XL is equal to omega L, and the capacitive reactance is given as 1 by omega C, where omega is known as the angular velocity, which is equal to 2 pi f. Hence the net reactance or the total reactance will be equal to XL minus XC, because we know that the inductive reactance is of positive and the capacitive reactance is of negative. These things we have seen in the previous sessions, because XL will be in the positive imaginary direction and XC will be along the negative imaginary. And here we are going to have two cases in which the magnitude of net reactance will be positive when XL will be greater than XC, and the net reactance will be negative when XC will be greater than XL. That depends upon the frequency and also the parameters L and C. Say for example, here if you consider the inductive reactance is greater than the capacitive reactance, in that case the impedance of the circuit is going to be R plus J into XL minus XC, and let us consider the net reactance as equal to X, and as XL is greater than XC we are going to have the impedance as equal to R plus JX. And even though we are going to have the inductance and capacitance in the circuit behaves like a pure inductive circuit, because the imaginary or the net reactance is going to be positive. And in case if XL is less than XC, then we are going to have the impedance as equal to Z is equal to R minus JX. In this case the circuit behaves like a series RC circuit, because the net reactance is negative. And from here we can find out the current and the equation of power and everything, same as that we have considered in the series RL circuit and RC circuit. So here the magnitude of impedance is given as similarly square root of R square plus X square, where X is equal to XL minus XC. And at this juncture I would like to discuss a particular condition of the series RLC circuit, where the net reactance of this particular combination is going to become equal to 0. That is XL minus XC will be equal to 0. This happens at a particular value of frequency, and that condition of the circuit where the net reactance becomes equal to 0 is known as resonance. And as the series circuit we are going to consider, this is considered as the series resonance. So next we shall see the concept of series resonance. Here the inductive reactance is proportional to the frequency, because XL is equal to 2 pi FL, and the capacitive reactance is inversely proportional to the frequency, because Xc is equal to 1 by 2 pi Fc. So as the for higher values of frequency, so when the frequency values are very much higher, then the inductive reactance dominates the capacitive reactance, and we are going to have XL is greater than XC. And when the frequency is very much less, then XL is going to become less than XC. Like that, the net reactance always is dependent on the frequency magnitude. And for a particular value of frequency, say Fr, we are going to have a condition such that XL is going to become equal to XC, and this condition is said to be resonance. When XL becomes equal to XC, we are going to have the net reactance as equal to 0, and the circuit behaves like a pure resistive circuit, and the impedance becomes equal to R, which is the minimum. And as the impedance is going to be the least or the minimum, the current is going to have its maximum value, that is I max, which is equal to V by Z. So if V is the V at an angle of 0 divided by, here Z is equal to R. The current at resonance is going to have its maximum value, or you can say the power factor also will be equal to unity power factor. The power factor will be unity. These are some of the conditions which are going to be considered at the resonance. Next, as we are going to have the two reactances as same, XL is equal to XC, and we know XL is equal to omega R into L, which is equal to 1 by omega R into C. So if we cross multiply, we are going to have omega R square is equal to 1 by LC, and that implies we are going to get the formula for omega R is equal to 1 by square root of LC. Or if you consider omega R as 2 pi Fr, we get the formula for resonance frequency as 1 by 2 pi root of L into C. Here we are going to consider the series resonance as the circuit as acceptor circuit, because here the impedance is going to be minimum and the current is going to have its maximum value. The current will be maximum. That is the reason why this circuit is considered as acceptor circuit. And next we shall see the graphical representation of this particular condition, that is how we can represent the series resonance in graphical. First of all, consider the two axes here. Say here we consider the frequency, and we know Z is a combination of R plus JXL minus JXC. So first, R is a constant with respect to the frequency. I am drawing the resistance line as constant with respect to the frequency, and we know XL is proportional to the frequency, hence we are going to have XL as a straight line passing through origin. So this represents XL, and XC will be inversely proportional to the frequency, which will have the shape of a hyperbola. So at lower values of frequency it is going to have greater values of capacitive reactance, and as the frequency increases the magnitude goes on decreasing, and this is considered as XC. Now let me draw the net reactance, that is the resultant of XL and XC, that is going to have the shape of like this. We are going to have the shape like this. So this will be the net reactance X, and at this point we are going to have the net reactance as equal to 0, and this point corresponds to the resonant frequency where the impedance will be exactly equal to the resistance. So if you draw the impedance curve, we are going to have initially the impedance will be very much greater, and as the frequency increases the impedance goes on decreasing, and it will be minimum at this point where we are going to have the resonant frequency and its magnitude will be exactly equal to R, and again it goes on increasing as the frequency increases. So this is known as the impedance graph. That is how we can represent the series resonance in graphical way. And after that, here we can derive one more factor which is known as Q factor of this particular circuit, which can be defined as the voltage across either inductor or capacitor divided by the total voltage V. It is the ratio between these two voltages, and we know that VL will be equal to I into XL divided by, and the voltage at resonance is given as I into R, so which will be equal to XL divided by R, and we know XL is equal to omega R into L divided by R. Omega R is equal to, already we have derived 1 by square root of LC. So this is one equation for Q factor of the series circuit, and if you substitute omega R is equal to 1 by root LC, we are going to have 1 by root LC multiplied by 1 by R into L, and if we simplify this, we are going to have 1 by R into root of L by C. So this is how we can have the formula for calculating the Q factor of a series AC circuit. These are some of the salient points which are related to the series resonance and series RLC circuit. In the next session, we shall see the parallel AC circuits and what are the different methods by which we can solve the parallel AC circuits and so on. Thank you for watching my channel. Bye.